Oh my gosh. Welcome back to BRB Gaming. We're back again, man. We're back here with me, Thor.
And Stubbs, let's go.
Oh my gosh. Dude, what'd you think of that Nintendo Direct this week?
Oh man, not much to be honest.
No?
I'm just catching up on it right now. I play my Switch. It's not my primary console, but I am entertained by the few things I've seen. A new ActRaiser? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's start here for the retro gaming people. All right. I've been pissing and moaning for like a year now about ActRaiser getting a remake, and it just randomly drops out of nowhere. No real fanfare, none of that, and it drops in a Nintendo Direct. Where the hell did that come from? ActRaiser is probably one of the greatest video games of all time. But we've got ActRaiser Renaissance coming out of nowhere, along with Splatoon 3, which is a really weird mix-up to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought they would touch on the OLED model a little bit more, maybe see if anything it was actually going to be different. Doesn't look like anything's actually different. So,
well, nobody cares about the OLED, including Nintendo.
Right.
Let's be clear about that.
Right.
So we're just going to move on past that. And and Splatoon, I've never even played a Splatoon before. Is that something to do? Is that similar to Grunty and Groot's Adventure? Or is that in that series?
Grunty and Groot's Adventure.
Is that
no
part of the Marvel universe, or what is it? It looks like it's a lot of like GAC from the 90s where they're
It's an arena combat thing where you spray down enemies, you spray down the arena. I know one of the modes is basically whoever paints the most of the arena when the timer goes off or is able to overwhelm the other,
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. It's not my favorite IP.
I'm sure there's a crowd for that. I'll call him Eames.
Eames loves Splatoon. He loves it.
I've heard him mention the name. Okay, so Splatoon, cool.
So Splatoon, that happened. Everybody's geeking out about that. Chris Pratt is voicing Mario in
saw that
the Mario movie.
I saw that, and then Jack Black is Bowser.
Yep, Jack Black is Bowser. They've got a crazy cast for this thing, man.
Freaking have Charlie Day from Always Sunny in Philadelphia as Luigi.
Yep, it's no longer the year of Luigi either. Do you remember that? The year of Luigi.
Dude, Luigi's the best. Like he's taller, he jumps higher. He's the best. Mario's a solid all around dude, but Luigi, I think he's my fave.
Your fave, just your absolute fave.
He's my fave. You can talk about Waluigi all you want. You can be weird and like Wario. That's fine. Luigi's always been my boy since '85.
Since '85. What's wrong with Waluigi? There's Waluigi fans out there. I'm sure somebody out there just like loves the existence of Waluigi.
Yeah, they like Waluigi because they just want to be anti. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. They like Splatoon.
Nintendo punk rock.
Nintendo punk rock, Waluigi. They're getting down. They're getting crazy. They want to be edgy a little bit. And that's fine. I am not saying anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that Luigi OG style is my fave. So give me some of that.
That's fair.
You know what we really needed though? We needed Kirby. We needed the Mario Odyssey engine with Kirby. So we get that now.
We got that. Yeah. I'm not too hot on it. I'm not too hot on it personally. I know that a lot of people are extremely excited for it. But I don't know. I wanted more.
Yeah, I mean, I walked away from Nintendo Direct in general. Again, I'm only catching up today, but I walked away from all the videos and everything. I just weirded out more than anything. There's like almost like a cult thing happening here. And it's like, I don't know. Do you not see what Xbox and Sony, what Microsoft and Sony are doing?
Well, and that was something else. I'm going to bring up ActRaiser again here. They announced it for Switch. ActRaiser Renaissance was also released on PlayStation Network and on Steam at the same time.
Right.
So they had the fanfare around that, but didn't really announce that so much,
Yeah, they didn't get crazy on that. What did pique my interest though is the Nintendo 64 games they're going to add to the virtual store. So they're going to add some sort of like emulator in there. I wonder if it's like a Muppin backend or what they're using to emulate, but that's really interesting.
Well, the Switch has Android on it, essentially, in essence.
Right. Right.
I don't know how they're doing that. That may be an in-house thing. They may be using somebody else's open source code. They're knows?
Using someone else's open source code. Yeah.
We'll probably never be able to confirm it, but But they
I'm confirming it, Thor.
They're upcharging it for it though. And that bothers me.
Yeah. And then throwing on and Sega Genesis as if that was any sort of How many systems have we now played Sonic on? Have we now emulated Sonic on? Not just our third party handhelds, but I'm talking about app stores. I'm talking about the re-releases for
Sonic
consoles.
Mania specifically. It's not even emulation. It's its own thing, but it's the same game.
It's the same. It's the whole same thing. And so when you're telling me, okay, we're going to add that to the Switch, which was already in the Switch digital store,
right?
Okay, all right.
Why? Yeah. The other part of that is we don't know what the upcharge is for it. If it's $5 a year, whatever, okay,
sure.
If it's $10 a year, meh, all right. But anything beyond that, just to get N64 and Sega Genesis as a service, that kind of sucks.
It does, but for the people who don't want to mess around with emulation and they want to pay money 100% for everything that they play, which is valid, this is pretty. I mean, it is pretty cool for those people who are into that. So
as long as it's
finally play WinBack. They can play WinBack legally now.
That gem,
that Metal Gear Solid hybrid, whatever else game it's mixed with. Yeah, WinBack is a treasure. Okay, I remember renting that when I was 15 and being like, "Whoa, I'm returning this game now." Mom, can I go back to the store and get something different?
Superman 64 tier bullshit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, let me know when they put some rare games on there, and they're running 100% on the Tegra X1. Let me know.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Throw me some Perfect Dark. But everyone's wondering, where is GoldenEye? Where is Perfect Dark? Well, Microsoft holds those licenses, right?
Yep.
And they're going to have to use some sort of backdoor deal to get that. And Microsoft's not going to do that. They're going to be like, no, we're going to if anything, we're going to re-release it through Game Pass and go through there and pull more people to our platform. So, but that's really the big thing I've seen online in the forums and whatnot is just where's GoldenEye? Should have been GoldenEye. You can't do this without GoldenEye.
Right.
Yeah, they did it.
I mean, you get F-Zero.
No, don't get me started on F-Zero. The only F-Zero we're talking about is the one for PlayStation. The one Ryan goes on and on about.
Wipeout. That's
Wipeout. Yeah, those. Yeah. It's the same idea. Star Fox 64 looks. Yeah, it's too fast. Have you ever played that style of game on VR?
No, I it would probably barf.
Yeah, no, I felt like barfing. I was like, this is going to be fun. I'm going to do racing in VR. It's so cool. And I immediately was like, no, I can't.
It's too much.
But we get Dr. Mario 64.
We do. But did you see the other little fun thing that they tagged on there? The N64, the controllers, the N64 and Sega Genesis controllers. I think that they're Bluetooth. But wireless. they had some extra buttons on them as well. And I was sitting there looking at that N64 controller going, why is this $50?
Well, 8-Bit Do did a pretty good job already. And I wonder if this is secretly made by 8-Bit Do because they did a really good job. Yeah.
Well, but then it sort of, I'm not sure if this is accurate or not, but it alluded to the only people who would be allowed to purchase them would be the ones that were in the club or whatever already for the Switch Online.
No, that's correct. I saw that as well. And that's
silly. That's stupid.
That's a little silly. I just feel, and I'll stop bitching about Nintendo after they do two things. One of those things is they need to add achievements. Sorry. Number two,
never going to happen. Sorry.
And this is a bigger deal, but number two is they need to give us free games every month for joining their service, much like a Game Pass or a PlayStation Plus. They need to give us some incentive.
Did they stop doing that with the classic titles? Did they stop updating the NES and stuff like that?
I know they add titles to that library, but I'm talking about no. Give us like modern first gen titles, like one first gen title, like Nintendo popular title, and give us one indie game every month, just one. Doesn't need to be the latest release, but give us, I don't know, give us a free copy of Breath of the Wild.
I mean, that would be good for lining up with Breath of the Wild 2, which they didn't bring up at all. So in this direct.
Yeah, they sort of glossed over that bit.
Yeah, completely.
There's a few other games.
I do see what you mean. Like, you know, November coming up and them being like, oh, hey, you know, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Here you go. Like and I'm not saying give it to everybody for free. No, join their club. You got to pay for it every month or every year, whatever it is. And then give us some free content beyond what you're giving us in the emulator store.
Which the emulator store, I feel like that's really hit and miss anyway. There's some solid titles, you know, in there, but
yeah,
I mean, the vast majority of it, nobody really wants those weird random NES games, you know.
Yeah, I mean, do they have save states? Do they have fast forward? Do they have a lot of the standard emulator options?
I think so.
All right, that's fair. That's fine. But you know, when I'm talking about that, I have like a battery pack by Powkitty that can play all those same games that I got for $10. I'm not
that damn thing.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I know. Oh, I did it.
I did it.
We're segueing.
We segued. We had a tacit agreement at the beginning before we got started recording to see how long it took for one of us to bring up a Chinese handheld, and he did it. He did it.
13 minutes in. I made 13 minutes without talking about the emulator, emulation handhelds.
Yeah.
I'm going to segue back now to Nintendo because I'm not done. Thank you. I know, 13 minutes. I didn't talk about GPD or anything. Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars. That looks like a kind of neat card game. I kind of am digging the look of that.
Mm-hmm.
Disco Elysium. That looks
on everything
cool.
else.
It's everywhere, but this one adds like voice acting. It's like the final cut. It looks really smooth. I like that. The Chocobo racing game looks neat.
It does look neat, and I'm happy that they're focused on some of those titles as well.
I think that'll be kind of cool. This triangle strategy game kind of looks like
Tactics.
Style. Yeah, but what's that game that came out recently? Octopus Odyssey?
Octopath.
No,
yeah, it looks like Octopath. That's what I was gonna say. It looks like Tactics Octopath to me.
Yeah, I love this new art style that some of these studios are doing.
Man, I really wish that's how that style was how Square Enix had re-released the Pixel remasters for Final Fantasy.
But okay, but hold on. I missed something. They're re-releasing Aria of Sorrow for the Castlevania Advanced Collection.
They're re-releasing all the GBA Castlevania games.
I see that. All enhanced, brand new features, quick save. Okay, all right. This isn't like a remaster or even a remake or anything. This is literally just those three games in an emulator.
It's a re-release in a pack.
Yeah, that's what it is. Still though, I love Aria of Sorrow. I love it,
and I'm a Circle of the Moon guy.
I'll have to get around to that. That's on my playlist. Metroid Dread. That looks solid.
Yeah, finally. Jeez.
It's guess what? It's releasing the same day as the Switch OLED, so they did mention it technically.
Yeah, I'm not too happy. Word. I'm not too happy right now with how that Tegra X1 chip in the Switch is aging.
Give us at least the Tegra X1 Plus or whatever it is that's in the 2019 Shield TV release. Yeah, that's a little bit of a bump.
Or maybe jump up to a Snapdragon 888 or something like that for the next model.
No. I want the X1 and the Tegra series to continue. I want NVIDIA
wasn't the X2? Didn't they that for Android Auto or something weird like that?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So they already screwed it up.
Yeah, well, give us that in the next Switch. Like, I love these chips. I like it's a great chipset, but it's falling behind. We're so far surpassing it in the Snapdragon series, and hell, even in the Dimensity series.
Yeah, MediaTek's brought it back. We worked a lot with the 6580 for the Retroid Pocket 2, and that gave us hell for making custom firmware for it. But
you want to talk some shit?
The Dimensity series sounds really great. We're talking some shit. I want to talk some shit.
Do you want to talk some shit? It's talking shit lightning round. Here we go.
Oh, it's time for everybody's favorite new segment, Shit Talk.
All right,
let's go.
Retroid Pocket 2.5, RP 2.5. PCB's coming out. Taki dropped the hot news yesterday that it's back in play, that we are getting this board, that they're going to give us a touchscreen option that we can install. We got to install it ourselves. This whole thing, it's like $60. Supposedly, it plays 130 GameCube games. What are your thoughts on this interesting
I've
news?
Been told directly by people who know that this wasn't happening, and now out of nowhere, it's being said that it is happening again. I don't know why. I was told specifically that the Retroid Pocket 2, the shell for a motherboard upgrade, couldn't handle the heat of the new chip. Right. Which makes sense. The Retroid Pocket 2 has that big ass battery right behind the motherboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know specifically what's going on with this. I do know that it getting hyped for GameCube games is going to disappoint a lot of fucking people, though.
Yeah, it's going to get real hot. And what chip is it running? Do we know? Have you heard?
We don't know yet. But Taki's talking about GameCube games, which is cool, and it's cool that it can run GameCube games. And there may even be a version of Dolphin or something like that we can get on here that will play a lot of games, maybe even in a stable way. But man, I wouldn't be buying a sub $200 handheld and expecting GameCube right now.
Right. I'm worried about the heat situation. I'm worried about battery life. I am wondering, though, if it's actually a Helio P60 processor that's going to be in there.
I've been told directly that it was not. So
okay, all right. I feel like that's the baseline for GameCube right now. Looking at the Miu P60,
right?
But I don't know. This is really interesting, and I'm definitely going to order one to see what it can do. I'm feeling people are asking me on the Facebook group a lot, like, "Hey, when's this thing dropping?" They're freaking out about the news. There's a big thread going right now. They're like, and I'm like, I don't know. Soon, mid
trademark
mid October, I would guess. Maybe.
Well, we don't have a release date. We don't have a release date on the Retroid Pocket 3. What I was told directly by the company many moons ago was that yes, the RP 2.5 was still happening in theory, but that it wouldn't come out until long after the Retroid Pocket 3, if it was going to happen.
This all makes me think that the RP3 might be getting delayed and that they're going to focus on this 2.5 because it's what they have to focus on.
And it's also frustrating to hear about them selling touchscreen kits, because that's going to, don't get me wrong, a lot of people are going to try it. A lot of people are going to screw it up. All right.
You know where they're going to come to get help, right?
Yeah. RH.
Yeah. They said, hey, we'll throw in a touchscreen. In Thor's inbox.
Yeah, my DMs. Here's the thing. I think I'm probably the only person on the planet to have actually replaced a Retroid Pocket 2 screen. Okay?
Yeah, you're the one guy.
It sucked. Yeah. All right?
Yeah.
Super duper sucked. It was a pain. Yeah, and I busted 2 screens getting a new one in. Screens that I had to wait for almost a month for.
Well, little Billy, he's going to be all of his hard-earned lawn mowing for the neighbors' yards. He's going to get his PCB. He's going to get his new touchscreen. He's going to be like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
And he's going to put it together. It's going to go. He's going to get dust under there. It's going to be a travesty. It's going to be a nightmare. And then he'll be like, oh, I broke it. And come to the server and be like, I didn't know how to fix it. And that's how little Billy talks. And
that is how little Billy talks. Damn you, little Billy.
It's going to break my heart. My heart is breaking in preparation for the traffic.
I'm kind of sad for people right now because there is
very sad.
The Retroid Pocket 2 still has a really solid following. I mean, I still get messages about it all the time, updating, upgrading, all that kind of stuff, tweaks, everything. It's a great handheld.
Yep.
But them releasing an upgrade kit that includes a touchscreen, especially after a year of them telling everybody that you can't replace the screen in your RP2. You know what I'm talking about? Where people have dropped it or busted their screen.
Don't do it.
And they've said for a year, don't do it. I'm telling you right now, it was a pain in the ass to do. I get it, but they're now releasing a touchscreen for it. Oh, come on.
Well, and they're saying that it's even a baby can do this. Even a baby can do this upgrade.
No. When you take the old screen out of the RP2, you will break it. You're going to bust the shit out of it. All right. It will be unrecoverable.
Done. Yeah. I was just pulling.
Need a heat gun. It's awful.
I mean, I just pulled off a screen protector off an old Kindle Fire yesterday, and I broke the screen. Just pulling the screen protector off.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I honestly hope that they sell an RP 2.5 as a completed console.
That is called the Retroid Pocket 3.
Right, but I mean a completed RP2 with that new motherboard in it for the 4:3 aspect ratio on the screen.
Okay. All right. I guess that's the RP 2.5 then. But I wonder if it's the same PCB in the RP3. I wonder if it's the exact same thing.
It won't be the exact same thing because of the
form factor. Yeah.
But it'll probably
form factor aside,
the exact same thing otherwise. I don't know. I'm frustrated with Retroid right now, if I can be honest with you, for shit talking.
I know. We're in the shit talk. You're in a safe space. This is where we can safely shit talk. We love Retroid and we love the products and we love this 2.5 and the 3, no matter what and how much we bitch and moan. We love it.
We were just told behind the scenes that it wasn't happening and, to be quiet about it, essentially. I wasn't told to be quiet about it, but just, don't get people's hopes up, Don't get people's hopes up.
Now we're getting people's hopes up, I guess.
Yeah. So we got that going on. Retroid Pocket 3. I'm frustrated with these companies in general right now, though, because they do things like suddenly drop new handhelds without any fanfare whatsoever, like Ambernick did with the MP, right?
Yeah.
And then Ambernick showing off the 552. They're showing off, I think an engineering sample is what it was. And we don't have a Retroid Pocket 3 in sight. We don't know anything about. We don't even know the processor yet. And
somebody
does.
Supposedly
coming. Somebody does, but it's supposedly coming out within a couple of weeks or getting released within a couple of weeks here. And we don't know anything about it.
It ain't.
It ain't. It ain't until it is.
It ain't until it is.
So
hashtag it ain't until it is. Should have been Grunt and Grudy.
That's why I always tell people, buy what's currently available. Don't get your hopes up.
Right.
So
I need to bitch and moan now. I need to shit talk.
Your turn.
Why, for the love of God, is the new Series X controller in its majesty? It's a beautiful upgrade of a controller. Why do no drivers work for it yet for Windows? Why can I not use it as my one controller for all of my devices?
Can you use
Why
it
does it only work on my Xbox? Oh, of course you can plug with USB, but kidding me, man? Weird. I got my Media Center PC. I got that starting to get rocked. And I'm like, now what controller do I use for it? Cool, my Xbox, of course. It's the best that there is. It don't work. So I gotta go. I already sold all my Xbox One controllers, so I got to go buy a last gen controller when it shouldn't be that way. I already own Series X controllers.
That's frustrating.
Why does it have to be that way? And so I said, screw that. Fuck you, Microsoft. Okay. I got 8-bit do. I got the sweet PlayStation, PS1 styled 8-bit do Pro 2. With the triggers on the back and the whole. Russ uses it in his videos a lot. I'm going to go 8-bit do. Great controller. I can use it across both my PCs. That's my big thing. segueing into why I love Microsoft, I got a little Surface Duo I picked up to try out.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that, man.
Yeah, so you got this clamshell design with 2 screens. It's a lot like the Samsung Fold device series, except for you have a hinge in the middle. So you can hinge it, close it down, so the screen's protected. You don't really need to get a screen protector or a case necessarily. And you can flip it all the way back or like put it in tent mode where it's like it's sitting up. And
so you watch Netflix.
All that's fine.
It's its own stand. Is that what you mean?
It's its own stand, just the device itself.
Right.
I decided to go rogue and not get any accessories and just the device, and it's pretty freaking sweet. That's fine.
What operating system's on it?
Android 10.
Ooh.
No scope storage issue because it's primed for emulation. It has, I think, a Snapdragon 855, I believe.
Yeah.
It's or something, maybe a little bit newer. It's pretty freaking great.
On Switch emulation right there. That's close.
Well, what I'm using it for is Nintendo DS and 3DS. So
right, because it's the clamshell, so it's the dual screen. Are you able to use on-screen controls, or are you using like a Kishi, or what are you doing with it?
You could, I suppose, use the Kishi or throw on a controller, but no, I'm just using touch controls. Just throwing on the controls in the bottom screen, and it actually works really well. I'm very impressed with it. It's a legit Nintendo DS handheld made by Microsoft.
Huh.
So
it's also really pretty too.
On it. It's a gorgeous phone. I don't actually have cell service on it. I'm just using it as an emulation device, and for like productivity and for like Kindle, because it has those 2 panes. You can open Kindle and you got their 2 pages. So that's pretty sweet. I'm actually selling my Oasis. So,
oh my goodness, I still love my Oasis.
I love the Oasis. It's a little bit big in the hands for me, and so it's always something, right? Yeah, I know. You got your monster, your Viking hands. Yeah, mine are pretty big too. But I'm looking at the new paperweight with the warm light that they added on that's getting released next month. I think might pick that up to replace. But anyways, yeah. So the Duo, I'm stoked on. Microsoft, get your shit together. Get drivers working for your new controller. I mean, I can't use it on Android. I can't. It's not working for anything in wireless mode anyways. So that's my big thing. My other thing is, fuck mojitos.
Mojitos? Are we shit talking about mojitos now?
Yeah. Who made this drink? Who did this? Okay, there's basil in it. There's freaking mint. Why? Just what? I tasted this today and I was like, no, I'm ready to do the podcast because now I have something to complain about in the shit talk lightning round.
You even told me that before the show.
I did. I prepped you on it. So I'm going to complain about mojitos.
You did.
Why? Just give me an old fashioned or something else. And it was a virgin mojito too. So I'm like, I thought it'd be like a nice, refreshing, like lemonade, Arnold Palmer situation.
No.
Instead, my mouth was assaulted with soap, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Now it feels like I brushed my teeth or something. Just no. So no mojitos, no Xbox drivers. Get out of here.
And I'm going to say no to the Switch OLED.
No Switch OLED. Me too.
And no to retro gaming as a service, i.e. the N64 and Sega, personally.
Yeah. No. Nintendo just needs to release a open source. I'm laughing as I'm saying this.
Yeah, it's definitely
they won't do it. There's it's not even worth finishing that sentence. Nintendo give us an emulation handheld that we can hack just freely. That isn't the Nintendo Switch. Give us
my thought was always that they should release an actual Android 10 type console, but then put in encryption hardware into it for their proprietary games. You know,
do what you got to do. Nintendo be Nintendo. They're probably going to come shut us down now. We've talked a lot of shit about Nintendo today.
Yes, we have.
But having said that, I also love Nintendo.
We still love them. It's just we're a little frustrated right now, especially as adults, that they keep pounding out stuff that nobody really expects, so nobody really wants it. You know what I mean?
Right. Nobody asked for some of these things.
No. We wanted a Switch Pro. We wanted a 4K Switch.
Yeah, that's what we want. Give me better hardware.
No, you get OLED
specs.
You get OLED. And it's not even different, There's no more,
it's the same thing.
Power.
Just worse battery life, right? But a beautiful screen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. But for the Switch, I'd rather have more battery life personally.
Well, you're the OLED guy though, so
I am the OLED guy, right? But I'm starting now to appreciate battery life because I don't want to have to plug it in. I want to have to charge like once a week. That's what I want.
Yeah,
I can't be bothered. Or give me wireless charging. That's the other option, Nintendo.
Yeah, those would be cool, too. But maybe in whatever they do after the Switch,
Sure, that's fine. It's getting to be fall now, right? We're coming up on October, and
it's close.
You know what fall means for me? VR. I get back into VR because it's not so hot in the house. Like I'm ready to sweat. Give me some Beat Saber. Give me some Player One. I'm about to strap on my Quest 2 and go to town tonight. That's my thing.
What do you got going on?
I don't know. I haven't used my Oculus in probably 8 months now. Since like January or February. So I'm going to see what's new on the store. I want to check out new titles. Try out some new games.
They've all gotten big updates. They keep getting updates.
Really?
So,
Is Pavlov VR officially released? Is that in the store now?
I don't know. I use mine for essentially Beat Saber.
Yeah. I want to use it to shed the dad weight is what I'm meaning here.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, we could take a walk outside, but who wants to do that when we paid for Quest 2,
Yeah, we paid for the Quest 2. Outside's always the same. There's no like firmware updates to outside.
There's no firmware.
There's no
DLC.
There's no DLC. And I suppose you could count like yard work and all that as DLC, but that's just labor that you got to do.
Yeah,
and that's
what I've been doing all week. That's not DLC I'd pay for. All right.
Okay, so segues us back into like personal life. What's been new this week, man? Tell me what's going on in your life?
Well, we cleared out. I live in a property in the Midwest, right? We have just under 10 acres, and we are clearing it all out so we can do stuff outside. And it's been a really, really long week. I'm actually really tired right now.
Thor?
Because
tired?
I know, right? Because I've been doing manual labor all week. So
you got those DLC upgrades outside.
Oh, I know, right?
You've been deleting stuff in your cache out there, so you can clear space.
I dusted off the tractor DLC. That's how far it got. So
Farming Simulator 2021.
Yes, everybody, I have a tractor. I actually do. Tractor picks available upon request.
Thor does own a tractor. I want to see like a Thor tractor calendar with like you in overalls, no shirt,
no shirt,
overalls, just like looking really cool.
Yeah,
every shot.
I don't know if it would just be like the tractor. I'd be out there with like a pole saw, trimming a tree.
Like
on the
you have
the
like
Dixie
tannerite.
chopper with the farmer's tan.
You have like a chainsaw while you're on the tractor.
That's right.
Yeah, that'd be
make
cool.
it happen.
Just like lifting trees, one tree per arm.
One tree.
Oh,
getting it
going crazy, man, dude. I
get one of those look back shots as I balance the chemicals in the pool.
That's fantastic. I don't envy the size of your yard, though. I gotta say,
no, it's a.
I'm happy to manage my like 0.25 acres.
Well, having
Keeping
8 acres to mow takes a lot of time, and I've been trying to figure out a way to like entertain myself while I do it, and gaming just is not going to be available in the tractor yet.
No, probably. I'm guessing like audiobooks or something like that.
I have a playlist that I've put together over the past like 15 years that occasionally gets a song added to it, and that's it. I listen to it. I don't even hit shuffle. I listen to it in the same order as always over the last decade and a half.
That's how you got to do it. So you do have an audio library. You do keep some audio files because I thought you were a streaming guy.
I am. It's a streamed playlist on YouTube.
Okay, I gotcha. So, man, that is cool though.
That's my life right now. is
you could
that
with all that work outside, you could get through like Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time series in an audiobook. That's something you could do.
Are we really bringing this up right now?
Am
I getting attacked right now?
I'm attacked. No, I mean the series is tough to get through.
You don't remember the bet? You don't remember that?
What the fuck was the bet?
That I had a bet that I could get through the Wheel of Time series in a year.
Oh, where are we at in that bet? It's almost been a year.
No,
when did we bring it up?
I paid up already. I paid up already.
Oh no!
Yeah, I didn't even make it to the second book.
if you load it in as an audiobook, it is dense. But put it in an audiobook. You do all your work outside. You'll get through it. You will get through it. You'll get through that midway slump when Rand is just picking grass one by one and then describing it. This piece of grass is long and leafy, and this piece of grass is a little bit less leafy, and this piece of grass is yellow because I peed on it.
That sounds like something I would read to my daughter at that point.
Yeah, that's books like 5 through 9, I think. 5 through 10 is just describing blades of grass.
Well, I'm glad I stopped where I did then.
But the first few are freaking awesome, and the Brandon Sanderson, the last few are awesome, I hear. Yeah. So I got to finish that myself.
You got to finish.
I'm also guilty.
Is that what's going on in Stubbs' life? You're just getting hunkered down for the winter?
I'm putting the nuts in my mouth.
Yeah. Silver's going to get you for that one.
Hold on. I'm putting the acorns. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Hold that thought. I have actual acorns here that Chthonics had
from the girls.
I don't know where they came from, but there's acorns on my desk. I'm putting them in my mouth, getting ready for the winter.
Yeah, the nuts,
and
right.
I'm getting into VR. The nuts. Damn it, I'm off track now.
Well, you got a baby on the way too, so.
Yeah, I got a baby on the way, so I'm trying to prepare the house, hunkering down, new infant. We are doing some renovations, so we're getting some barn doors up, converting my office in here into a 3rd bedroom.
Yeah.
So Sarah and I are going to move in here. And then we will do like a full-size renovation of the house next year when the price of lumber comes down. So that's our big thing.
Yes.
Beyond that, man... games I haven't been playing. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to play Final Fantasy 14. I've been wanting.
You got to get back in there with us, man. And
I played it today.
Even I've been slacking on it. So
I opened 14 on my PS5 today, and I played about 10 minutes. I walked around. I'm like, what's the next quest I need to do to get to Triple Triad? And I couldn't quite figure it out or hold my attention, so I closed it, and I played Tales of Arise. So, yep, I played the demo, and I'm like, I get it. This is, it's different than like Berseria or some of those earlier titles.
Well, you see what I meant when I told you it was similar to Stars?
Yeah, the combat system. I mean, it's like stimulus overload happening on the screen, right? It's like just, just things exploding. And I'm like, man, I bet the kids love this game. But the way they integrated the rumbles in the DualShock 5, DualSense 5 controller are really well done, and that the articulation during combat with the vibration was really impressive to me, and that was kind of addicting. So I did keep playing the game for that combat system. The graphics are awesome.
I will tell you one of the first things I did, because you can remap pretty much all the keys, right?
Right.
I went in and swapped it to a Western style control scheme.
Huh.
So for like jumping and all that crap,
Uh-huh.
So I'm not mashing the R1 button to do primary attack. You know what I mean?
I found myself doing that. Yeah.
So I just went through and remapped the keys. So, and that's included in the system. So
that's pretty cool. I got to I didn't finish the demo, but I got pretty decently into that game today.
Mm-hmm.
At $60, I don't think I'll buy it, but if I see it on sale, I probably will pick it up.
Yeah. It'll probably be on sale here in a couple months for the holidays.
It seems like it'll be a little bit of a slog to get through the whole game itself, and so I think I'll wait.
Too long.
Yeah, I think I'll wait till I got that time in reserve. I really got to get through Metal Gear Solid 5. I started that game in January, and here we are coming into October. So I just got to focus in and beat that stupid game.
Yeah.
And beyond that, man, nothing much else. that I really want to talk about anyways. There's plenty of personal life stuff that I won't go into on the cast. That's just, all of what it is that really people will not find interesting or fascinating in the slightest.
What, you don't want to talk about
air the dirty laundry and
me going out in the middle of the field with my flip-flops on and getting filthy looking for VIN numbers on trailers? You don't want to talk about that?
I think that's interesting. I think that's cool. I'm talking about
you're
my
my friend.
Here. I'm your friend.
Hell yeah!
I've always wanted to have a friend too. It's always been on my backlog of things to do, and that's so nice. I bought an iPad. I bought an Apple product.
You got the iPad Mini, didn't you?
The Mini Gen 6, the new one that just came out. Just for shits and giggles, I wanted to see what the hubbub was about. I used to have an iPad back in the day. I loved it for Hearthstone, and for this little indie developer. I'm an addict. I loved the Spiderweb software games like Avalon and what other games did he make? Oh, you played Spiderweb software RPGs, right? They're like Baldur's Gate kind of style.
Yeah. I played Baldur's Gate. How about that?
Let me bring up a few titles.
Well, while you're doing that, I have also been avoiding
Forge.
Playing Tales of Arise.
Yeah,
even though I bought the Omega pack, dude, I've just been crazy busy. That's all.
Yeah, it's too much. There's too many games to play, and like we're life with so many damn responsibilities, man.
Where's the 20 to 30 hour games? Where are they?
Give me some of those. Give me those 5 to 10 hour games.
Yeah,
give me those Metal Gear Solids. The old Metal Gear Solids.
That you could
back when they were 5 to 10 hours.
Dump 100 hours into.
Okay. Spiderweb Software. If you haven't checked out this indie developer, he's been making these games since 1996. He used to do it on the Macintosh way back in the day. I loved playing these early on. Avernum, Avalon, Gene Forge, Nethergate. I forgot his older games in the 90s, but they're fantastic little role-playing games, kind of in a Baldur's Gate style, and they're just really, really good quality stories. And you can only play them these days on iPads. So like that's one thing I was looking forward to on this little iPad. I played it for 5 minutes and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I remembered, oh yeah, you can play this on Steam too. So I'm like, I'm just gonna
do that.
I don't really play Hearthstone anymore, so I think I'm just gonna return this iPad. But beyond that, it seems neat. The camera's nice.
I've been completely out of the iOS ecosystem for forever, since the iPhone 4G, I think, or iPhone 4 or whatever it was.
I feel like I as a millennial or something, like I have to check in on iOS every few years, just because it's my duty.
See where it is, yeah.
Just to see where we're at. iOS 15 dropped. As time goes on, I'm just deeper and deeper into Android. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
And I look at iOS and I'm like, everything's so controlled. I'm so
it's very limited. It's very locked down. And what's funny is, you would not believe how many Android operating system developers use iPhones. little insider.
Can you DM me if you listen to this? Let me know. Do you have an iPhone? Is that your daily driver? Traitors.
The lot of you. No, for real. There's a crap load of people who dev for Android that use iOS. They use iPhones. Yeah.
I mean, my work phone is an iPhone. I have a second iPhone that I don't have a SIM card in, that I just use for, I don't know why I have it, but it's around.
You're betraying yourself is what you're saying.
I'm betraying myself. I love Android so much, but I gotta play the field. I can't commit 100%,
Well, let's see. What else is on the gaming table right now? I mean, I haven't been playing ActRaiser. I'm gonna. But I haven't played it yet.
I'm definitely going to play ActRaiser 2. I really hope it wins Game of the Month.
Oh, you mean ActRaiser 2? You're talking about Game of the Month for RH, huh?
I'm switching it up. Yeah, of course we'll play Is the new ActRaiser out on Switch? Is that already done?
It's out on Steam. Yeah, it's already out. It's out on Steam, Switch, and PlayStation Network. Yeah, so you can get it on PS5.
Oh, it's on PlayStation. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll get it on PS5. It'll have achievements. Damn addict.
Get your Chivos.
Guys, get on the Retro Handhelds, discord.gg/Retro Handhelds. Get in there. Hop on the game of the month. We have a $30 gift card every month where if you beat any of the titles that win, there's going to be 3 titles, then you are entered into a raffle. First prize gets the $30 gift card of a gaming store of your choice. Runner-ups, there's 2 $10 gift cards.
3.
Do it every month. 3. Oh, there's 3
we
now.
added a third, yeah.
Right. That's right. We're doing 3. So 4 winners. That's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
But hop in there, and here's the thing about Game of the Month, is that sure, yeah, these are 3 games you could play, but they're going to be quality games voted on by over 10,000 people. And if you don't know what you want to play next, this is such a good way to find that next game that you just want to casually play through. You get a month to do it.
There's so many hidden gems that have popped out of this thing. All right.
Yeah,
Stuff that I never, ever, ever would have played. Never.
I never would have played the first ActRaiser had it not been for Game of the Month.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I can't wait for this re-release that I'm going to definitely pick up. And so many other hidden gems. I got to play through Mega Man X last month. I got earlier this month.
You nommed that, didn't you? Sicko.
I did, and it's the first time something I nommed won, though, in a year. It's crazy. I'm just looking at voting right now. What is winning? So this month, it's a spooky demon theme.
Games.
So
games with demons in them, yeah. For Halloween.
We got, Gargoyle's Quest, which is a offshoot of Ghosts and Goblins. That's doing the best for
That's a Game Boy game.
Pre-1996 category. Yeah, that's right. That's a Game Boy game. The 1996 to 2000 category, we're looking at currently Silent Hill is winning it for PS1. That's a game I've never actually played through.
Diablo's got some good votes in here, too.
Diablo's getting real close. And then in the modern era games, we're looking a tie.
Post-2000, yeah. We got a tie so far, yeah.
Boktai and Doom RPG. Now, Doom RPG, I'm stoked to play. I really want to see what the heck this is.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it. I didn't even know there was a Doom RPG.
It looks fantastic. I can't wait to do it. Boktai, I know it's a solid classic. That could be fun too. But this should be interesting.
Yeah,
and that segues us into talking about Diablo 2 re-release.
Oh my!
That looks spicy.
Well, the game itself looks great, but I guess the server backend shit has been awful, and people have lost characters and stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like people have never been through a launch day experience.
Yeah,
because every new game has server issues the first few weeks,
which is super duper valid. It really is. At the same time, I'm sick of hearing it. I'm sick of these companies. I played Final Fantasy 14, right? Every single expansion launch, all right, when they have all the new players and shit, it's a fucking nightmare, all right?
Yeah, getting into Balmung, it takes a while.
Even getting into the server. So while I understand that when things launch, there's going to be some problems. But there's a difference between there's going to be some problems and your fucking characters are lost. You know?
That does suck. I'm not going to play Diablo 2 Remake probably until next year, to be honest. By then, it'll be fine. Same thing with Cyberpunk. I'll play it next year as well. Then it should be good, right?
We're in late September right now while we're recording this, and I still have Cyberpunk installed on my PS5, waiting for it to get better. You know what I mean?
Same. Yeah, no, I uninstalled it from my PS5, but I also am waiting for it to get better, and I will then reinstall it and give it a go. Yeah. I know there's some mods out there to make it a little bit more pleasurable on the PC side of things, but I don't. I want it to just work on its own.
That's something that happened recently as well.
What?
The PS5 system update. What? The PS5 system update that enabled the SSD slot. Finally, after all this time.
Yeah, and people are finding that really, really cheap SSDs are running just as well as the top tier brands.
Well, I'm one of those weirdos that went ahead and bought a Western Digital SN850, right?
Dude, the SN850 is peak.
Yeah. So I bought the 1 terabyte. I dropped the $200 on it with the aftermarket heatsink as well. Made sure it would fit. Watched a bunch of YouTube videos. It's great so far. It's just, it's a hard drive expansion. Nothing major. But I did see where somebody bought like a bargain bin off-brand M2 SSD and put Ratchet and Clank on it. And I guess it ran perfectly fine.
I know. Yeah. People are, they say like you got to have, 5,000 megabit rewrite minimum to get decent speeds in the PS5. But people are finding it in these lower end tiers in the 2,000 range. And it's running basically the same.
Yeah.
So that's very interesting. You could definitely shave off a couple $100 when you're looking for an SSD, or at least $100, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But my question to you about this is it joined storage? So does it join on to the system storage, or does it show up as a second hard drive?
It's its own thing. Okay. It's a second hard drive.
Okay.
And you have to tell it manually to put your games over there.
Right. So it's like if you plugged in an external drive, you say, hey, no, install here.
And then you have to go into the system menu. You have to go into your settings and say, I want you to move all of these games, such and such games over there, which is okay. I am frustrated, however, that when I go to download a game, even though I have that free space on there, it downloads it to the main drive first. So if you run out of space on there, you have to move things to the other hard drive, which is frustrating. Yeah. It's a little frustrating that you can't direct download to the expansion hard drive.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
That's very annoying.
Wait. Okay. But once you do move games over there, you can launch directly off, right? It's not like
you can launch directly off space. But when you go to download a game, if your main hard drive, the one that's soldered to the motherboard, right?
Yeah.
If your main hard drive is full, it won't let you download the game. It will not download it to the new hard drive, which is weird.
That is balls.
Yeah,
that is not what?
Yeah.
What? I feel like we ironed a lot of this stuff out on the PS4. I feel like we ironed a lot of things out. And now it's like the PS5 came and a lot of things are just wonky across the board. Can you even put the system into rest mode yet? Is that safe to do now?
Yeah, it's safe now, I think.
Okay.
I hope.
All right. Okay. That's good to know. I feel like Xbox is probably a little better in this arena and this side of things.
We're about a year in and we don't have themes yet,
Yeah. 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 I'm still saying the Series X and the Series S are besting the PS5 in next gen, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. I mean, you can buy the new NVMe drive for Xbox, right? The expansion pack, and you just pop that SSD right in the back. It works. It just, you got your extra storage.
Yeah. Does that set it as expanded storage?
God, I owned it for a little while and returned it because I just don't need that much storage. I realized. Let me get back to you on that. I can't remember. Right. I think it's a second drive, but it doesn't have the issue where you need to download to the main one.
Yeah.
And then move it over. You can download to either one.
I will say I moved like 400 gigabytes of games, right? And it took like 10 minutes. It was crazy.
I'm sure it's fast. I'm sure it's fast. I'm sure it's fast.
But it was just weird.
Yeah.
That I went to download stuff. Yeah.
I'm not going to, I don't think, get expansions on either of the systems because I'm realizing like if I download too many games on the platform, I'm just not going to play anything because I'll have analysis paralysis scrolling through which game do I play, much like with my ROM situation.
My situation is specifically my wife also plays video games.
So she wants her selections to choose from as well that are already downloaded and ready to play.
Right.
Right. Because you're in an area where the internet is a little bit, it's
brutally slow. It kills me.
It's brutally slow. So you'd rather have more storage and just take the time to download everything so you have it ready to go than having to wait where I'm spoiled out here. And if I want to play a game, I can probably download it in an hour and be ready.
Because I live out here in the boonies.
I
drive 20 minutes into town when I need to download a big game.
Yeah.
I take my PS5 and leech off my buddy's Wi-Fi.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
What
are we doing?
Doing Android upgrades on my Surface Duo right now.
That thing's so thin. Look how thin it is.
Yeah. It's very thin. It's
That's
like
sexy
lightweight.
Thin.
It's
and I don't like clamshells. It's not my thing.
I know,
but
I didn't think
that gives them the
like
opportunity to put the motherboard on one side.
Here's the thing. Look at this.
And
now it's so lightweight. It's so freaking lightweight. And watch this.
That's cool.
Put it in that mode. You get both screens on at the same time, and you can just completely fold it back.
That's awesome.
So you got like that, and now it's a regular little guy, little phone.
So you guys can't see what's going on here, but Stubbs has his this Surface thing, right? What was it called?
Duo.
The Surface Duo.
Surface Duo.
This thing is so thin and slim. They must have the motherboard on one side and the battery on the other. That's what it has to be.
Yeah, I don't know where the battery is on this. I mean, it's only like a 3700 mAh battery, but I don't even care. Mah, that's what I do. I call it the mAh.
Call it mAh.
What do you call it? MAH?
Milliamp hour.
Milliamp hour? Yeah.
Yeah. 3500 milliamp hour battery. That's what I say.
No, 3800 mahs.
38.
Dude, you can hold it like a book. You're naturally going to rest your thumb right there on the hinge.
Yeah, that's
delightful. It feels like I'm holding a little book, and I am just ready to play DS all day, all night.
Ready to play DS.
Or you can hold it like you're holding a DS, and then that's my catchphrase noise. Now that I'm on the show, I always make sure to do one little before the episode's over.
Well, we better take it out now. We've been sitting here jaw-jacking, having a good time.
Yeah, we could keep talking for hours.
But it's time for the episode to end. Sorry, guys.
It must be done. We didn't talk about Pixel 6, but we'll do it next time.
Yeah, we'll do it next time.
We don't have a lot of specs yet.
Yeah, we definitely need more information, just like we need for the Retroid Pocket 3. Ugh.
Yeah. we need to know. I want the best phone camera in the world, and that's going to be, I think, on the Pixel 6.
I do agree. The Pixel cameras are insane. Like it's
not because of the camera though. It's because of the damn AI.
Yeah. But they've made me consider not taking my interchangeable lens camera with me on destination stuff. That's how good they are.
I feel the same way. I remember going on a photo shoot with Cathonox when we were doing a little bit of photography business on the side, and we were using our nice DSLR mirrorless situation, Sony A6400 or something, and getting pretty good shots. And then just our Pixel 2s, we were taking some shots at the same time, and the Pixel pictures turned out better, faster.
I can't explain the AI. I can't explain the advancement that they've made with it.
I have no idea. There's no ultra wide on the Pixel 2.
Now with the Pixel 6 having its own custom chip.
Yeah, the Tensor.
It's going to be
the dedicated crazy. AI. Dedicated AI processors in there.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an emulation device exactly, but
who knows? Maybe something cool.
But
let's find out.
But I think for cameras, that's going to be the one. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to us rant and rave like crazy people. Once again, we have made it to an hour, and we're still here. So we will see you next time. Thanks for joining BRB Gaming. I am Stubbs.
And I'm Thor. Catch you later.